Mango Math presents Lose Your Sense, a second grade game. Lose Your Sense is a second grade game that falls under the math strand of number sense. And it's a number sense game that has students understanding subtraction of numbers based on hundreds, tens, and ones, and how to compose or decompose the tens and hundreds. Lose Your Sense has some math terms to help increase understanding, and that term is regrouping for two-digit subtraction, also called borrowing, is the act of borrowing from the tens place to gain more ones. The supplies that are provided in the pouch, along with the instruction sheet and directions, will be Lose Your Sense record board, the Lose Your Sense activity board, play money, the dollars, dime, and penny, the 20-sided dice, and a dry erase marker and eraser. To start this game, the students will start with 9 dimes and 9 pennies on their board. And as you can see, the number 99 is written there. The 9 is in kind of a color of a dime, and the 9 is on a color of a penny, so that they can distinguish the difference between the two. The students will roll their 20-sided dice, get an amount. They will then subtract that amount from the original 99 cents. So they will write that number in. They will take that number out of the dime, so it's 1 dime and 4 pennies, and they'll take that out, and that will give them a result that's left, and they'll write that in 85 cents. So they'll compare the 85 cents on their board to the 85 cents that they wrote in. Make sure that they did the math correctly. They will roll again, and they will subtract that amount. In this case, it's a 6. They will subtract 6 from their board, but as you can see, they only have 5 pennies. So the students are going to have to take a dime out and bring in 10 pennies until they have a total of pennies. And so they'll do that algorithm on the board. They took 1 dime out, so they'll see that they crossed the 8 out. They put in a 7, and they now have the 15 pennies in place. And so now they can subtract the 6 cents, and they can take that 6 out. So it helps them understand this subtraction, and then they will write their total in there, which is now they have 7 dimes and 9 pennies left on the board. So it's a means of understanding subtraction in a very simple form. As they play along, they will continually subtract and regroup or borrow numerous times until they can get down to the smallest amount available. Once you see that the number has gotten into the pink section, they carry that pink section back up and continue subtracting. Once they have learned to use the dimes and pennies, they will start to include a dollar in there and use subtraction with a dollar. They will be rolling 2 dice at this time, a 10-sided dice for the dollar amount, and then the 20-sided dice for the cent amount. And they'll go through the same process that they did with the pennies and the dimes. They will do with the dollar. If they exchange a dollar, they'll have to exchange it for 10 dimes. Some guided questions to help promote critical thinking. What do you need to do if you have 2 dimes and 4 pennies, but you need to take out 7 pennies? Explain the step you would take if you had 6 dimes and 2 pennies and had to remove 45 cents. And explain the step you would take if you had 214 cents, $2, 1 dime, 4 pennies, and you had to remove 52 cents. So just having them think of different scenarios and how they would go about solving those problems. It's a great game. It really helps students understand the idea of regrouping or borrowing, and they need lots of practice on that. So enjoy.